Guys, they're not going to let you take their cameras. You're not going to steal their property. They have every right to go to the gym and do this. You said, come to the gym and do this. And so they did. So how do you think this would work out in court? Hey, judge, here's a video of Wes Watson saying, come to the gym, we'll take a photo together. You can show exactly how tall I am. You then show up to the gym and they threaten to murder you. They try to steal your camera equipment, steal your receiver, and you try to get it back. How do you think this would look in court? Visual evidence proving that you're guilty. I'll peg you. Coach Greg, in today's video, Wes Watson's at it again. You would think to this point that he would have learned his lesson. But no, Wes Watson tries to fight me in person. And so Eric Konevsky, not Eric Janicki, Eric Konevsky approaches him in the gym. You all know where this is going. And so stating things like, I'll turking murder you, it ain't it. And so Wes Watson had the opportunity to take the high road. He had a chance to make it look like he's just a chill guy, but no, he doesn't take it and in fact makes it worse. And hadn't it been for Eric Konevsky leaving this gym, who knows what would have happened. And so Wes Watson, he's still hanging around with the same thugs. Bros who jump other men at the gym.
My name is Eric Konevsky, and as some of you guys may know, this channel is mainly centered around two things: character-based pranks and verifying bodybuilders' heights and weights.
And so if you're new to this, Eric Konevsky is famous for walking up to people and asking them for their heights and weights. He literally has a measuring tape and a scale, and he wants to see, are these fitness influencers liars? Yeah, you say you're 6 feet tall, you say you're 260, but are you really?
It only made sense about 4 months ago when the whole Wes Watson story was starting to get super viral to make a character based on Wes Watson.
You dumb motherfuckers.
And so he's literally dressed up and impersonated Wes Watson. And frankly, he does a very good job. And is imitation not the greatest form of flattery? If he's copying Wes Watson, playing his exact same character, dressing like him, looking like him, talking like him, is that not a compliment? And so they asked Wes Watson the question, did you see Eric Konevsky's video? It was very, very funny. No front. And so his response, smiling, you know what? I thought I'd be upset, but he was actually very good. It was enjoyable. He's funny. And so if we ever meet in person, there's no beef. We're going to be friends. Remember he said that to the cops? You know, I just want to be everyone's friends.
Because I don't want to fight. Okay. So now they come here all the time trying to fight. The other cop was here last time it happened. I talked him out of it. I said, I don't want to fight.
But what he really does is he speaks out to people and says, come to the gym and challenge me. Come and fight me. This was his opportunity to show the world that he's changed. Look, I'm hanging around with Eric Konevsky. He wants to measure my height. This is all fun and games.
If I saw that guy in person, I'd be like, dude, you are classic. Like, I really thought it was going to piss me off, and I liked the guy after seeing that one. I'm just saying, he was hilarious.
And so this is how he treats you when he likes you. Let me repeat that. He likes Eric Konevsky. Imagine if he didn't like him. Imagine if it was Coach Greg or John Bravo who approached him.
Where I go to bodybuilding expos and ask all the bodybuilders and famous fitness influencers their heights and weights, then pull out a scale and tape measure to see who's lying and who's telling the truth.
And so in case you missed this, perhaps his most famous interaction was when he approached Mike O'Hearn. Mike O'Hearn didn't want to get measured in. He didn't want to reveal his true weight. After all, Mike is a liar. He claims to be natural when he's not. And you know what happened? His wife took his scale and smashed it to bits on the floor. Smashed it to bits, took his personal property and broke it. And why? Because Eric wanted to see exactly how big Mike O'Hearn actually was. I don't think you have the right to take somebody's property and smash it, but hey, let's see how much worse this interaction goes.
His paperwork listed him as 5'8", 230 pounds, when he regularly claims 6 foot, 250 pounds.
And so being that insecure little bitch who claims he's an alpha, that Wes Watson, also known as Peg Watson, he's so insecure that he has to pretend to be 6 feet tall. Remember, pretend to be 6 feet. He ain't 6 feet tall. And so what was his actual height when he got arrested? 5'8", 230.
He seemed more angry that they listed him at 5'8" than the fact he actually got arrested. So you can imagine the overwhelming amount of times people requested that I go ask him to check.
And so Eric's number one request, go and measure Wes Watson's height. I mean, that's what he's known for. That's what he's famous for. And so, of course, he's going to do it. It's kind of like Coach Greg. And so I make the video because that is what you want. Eric Konevsky wants to find out exactly Wes Watson's height because, after all, if Wes Watson is actually 6 feet tall, is he going to mind getting measured? Hey, you want to measure me? This is my height. This is my weight. Go and post it. Feel free to.
Most diabolical things to exist. Mayonnaise. I don't think I've ever tasted something in my life that bad and that diabolical.
Because I don't want to fight.
Get the biggest fairy that you know that swears I'm not 6 foot. Have him come to where I go to the gym and we'll just do a friendly stand by each other and take a picture.
And so he literally says, show up to the gym if you're 6 feet tall, stand next to me, and we'll take a picture together, and then you can post it. Then everyone will see I am 6 feet tall. The only thing he says that, yaps a lot, says to do that. Only thing is when you show up to do so, he wants to fight or even have threats of murdering you. Does that seem normal? Does that seem like normal human behavior?
This is one of the most friendly things you guys have ever said about me, is that I'm short. You guys think you're hating on me, but it's kind of nice. So you're just saying I'm short and you're wrong. Because a lot of the other stuff you say about me is pretty f***ed up.
And so he says, of all the things that you accuse me of, this ain't too bad. You claim that I'm lying about my height. So what? I know I'm 6 feet. I know I'm not short. And so once you meet me in person, you take your photo, you can prove to the world that I'm not lying. Well, it came back to bite you in the ass. And so if you want to watch the full story, start to finish, please go and check out Eric Konevsky Official.
Jesus fucking Christ. Look at this stud over here.
And so he approaches Wes Watson, dressed exactly as he would, speaking like he would, and giving him compliments. Look at this stud here. And what does Wes Watson respond with? You can suck my bro. Eric's just thinking, at least take me out on a first date.
Smart cars. Especially electric ones. Okay, you're better off riding around town on a damn rat than a fucking smart car. This is diabolical.
Because I don't want to fight.
And so Wes Watson, he can't wait. He's perhaps been so excited. Finally, a man has approached him. He is sick of talking to females. And Eric Konevsky, that is his alpha. I mean, he's so turned on. After all, doesn't Wes Watson like finishing on his own stomach? And so once he sees a man dressed like him, talking like him, well, that's it for him. He wants it bad. And so, you, get the f*** out of here, get the Turk out of you, Turk you. I mean, Wes, just because he doesn't want to suck on your Turk within the 5 seconds of meeting him, doesn't mean you have to treat him this badly.
What's your name, man? My name is Wes. Actually, WW Dago. All the motherfuckers know that's Wes Watson from San Diego.
And so he knows exactly who he is. Remember, he's previously stated that he's watched his videos, watched his impersonations, and he thinks he's a cool guy. He likes him. I mean, he likes Eric Konevsky. Within 5 seconds, he's telling him to Turk off.
You trying to live off my name.
And so one of the props is Wes Watson saying, I don't want you making money off of my name. Why not? How does that affect him? Could he not use Eric Konevsky to justify, to validate, to corroborate his story that he's actually 6 feet tall?
Hey, am I 5'8"? Am I 5'8"? Get the f*** out of here.
That's what I want to find out.
And so he repeatedly asks, am I 5'8"? Well, that's what I'm here to find out. This is what I do. This is my thing. This is what I do on YouTube. And remember, Wes Watson doesn't like it that Eric Konevsky is using him for financial gain. He doesn't like that he's approaching him in the gym, but yet Wes Watson has no trouble making fun of everyone else. Remember the gardener? He goes out, screams, curses, and swears at the gardener for doing his job. And so Wes has no trouble making fun of people, using people for his own amusement, for his financial gain. But when somebody does the exact same thing, well, no, you can't.
Milk duds. I think I'd rather eat mayonnaise than eat fucking milk duds. And I'm not even kidding, dude. I fucking hate milk duds. I'm sorry. They're terrible.
Because I don't want to fight. I will murk your bitch ass, yo.
Second time somebody has said they'll murder me over height and weight now.
So what is with people wanting to murder other people over their height and weight? Is it that bad? I mean, would women murder you over saying what their height and weight is, or heavens forbids their age? Oh, you want to know how old I am? I'll murder you. It's a little extreme.
For what?
But you acting like a bitch, come up here starting problems.
You made a story yesterday.
I don't know who you are. Get out of here. Go.
I mean, he makes a story the day before saying, come here, measure my height, come and take a photo with me. And then when you show up, Get the fuck out of here. I'll break your f***ing face straight the f*** up. And so we have racial slurs thrown in, breaking your face, f*** you, f*** this, f*** that, suck my... This is Wes Watson, who's going to be going to court over assaulting that other man. Does it look like he's reformed? That he's learned the error of his ways? Or do you think he's ready to do it all over again? And perhaps this time do even worse. And so Wes's main concern, at least go tell them that I'm not 5'8". All he cares about is not being told 5'8". And so Wes, now hear me out. Let's listen to this. We know you're not 6 feet tall. Let's say you're 5'9". Eric Kanevsky measures you and you're 5'9". He's going to then show this to everyone and prove you're not 5'8", that you're actually 5'9". Or the other way around. And so are you concerned that you're only 5'7"? I mean, we all believe that you're 5'8". The police report, we have a feeling that they're probably not going to lie, whether it's to make you taller or shorter, probably going to be accurate in your height assessment. And so why do you care so much? And if you don't actually care, don't egg on your fans. Hey everyone, come take a photo with me. I want to prove I'm not 5'8". If you didn't care about your height, you wouldn't ask it in the first place. How many times do I tell people, hey, show up to my house, come to the gym and measure your height against mine? I don't say it because it's not important. But if you start challenging me, come to the gym, show up, let's fight. Come to the gym, take photos with me. I want to prove that I'm 6 feet tall. And somebody does it, well, to be a man, to gain some respect, you have to go through with your promises. I will take your chain off your fucking neck, bitch! I can think of other things he could have said. He could have said, that's a nice chain. He could have said, I like diamonds, I like gold. He'd say, hey, it kind of looks like Togi's chain. There's so many things he could have said. I like your tan. He chose to say those negative things. Hey, I thought that was really funny. It's so cool that you're impersonating me. You know, imitation's the greatest form of flattery. Props to you, that's a great job. Let's take a quick photo, arm around each other, smile, and he measures your height, and we move on. No one cares. Do you think anyone actually cares of your height? What we care about is the fact that you care. You can't bully someone that can't be bullied. And so, Wes, you're too easy to bully. You care so much about being tall when in fact you're not. You lie through your teeth all the time. And so you're simply a fun and easy target. Not even real chains he's broke. Eric has over 1 million followers. I think that's even more than Wes Watson. And so Wes Watson, if you can afford to live in Miami and so on, do you really think Eric is hurt?
Point, you could see Wes's friend Rob, who hit the last guy who showed up to the gym with a dumbbell, sneak around everybody once again, and he grabs the camera, but my camera guy, shout out D-Bob, was just not gonna let go.
And so Wes Watson's buddies, they try to grab his camera, they steal the receiver, is part of the camera equipment, and so clearly it's not going well. Guys, they're not going to let you take their cameras. You're not going to steal their property. They have every right to go to the gym and do this. You said, come to the gym and do this. And so they did. So how do you think this would work out in court? Hey, judge, here's a video of Wes Watson saying, come to the gym, we'll take a photo together. You can show exactly how tall I am. You then show up to the gym and they threaten to murder you. They try to steal your camera equipment, steal your receiver, and you try to get it back. How do you think this would look in court? Visual evidence proving that you're guilty.
What the fuck you come up in here for? To make friends.
He made a story saying to check his height. He said it would be friendly.
And so they're asking, why did you come here? He literally made a story saying, come here and take photos, we'll be friends. They're literally doing exactly what was requested. And as soon as you show up, fuck you, get out of here. Stop making requests that you don't mean. When I was a kid, we had a saying, say what you mean and mean what you say. Why not try doing that?
All we wanted to do was measure it and prove. We wanted to prove it.
So there's nothing to prove because he's not 6 feet tall. So Wes is simply, I don't want to prove beyond any reasonable doubt that I'm not 6 feet tall. Wes thinks that if he lies enough and believes his own lie enough, that others will believe him. It ain't working. And so just because, Wes, that you tell other people to come and take photos of you if you're 6 feet tall and stand next to him, claiming you're going to be just as tall as him, it doesn't mean that it's true. You can't just say, if you show up and you're 6 feet, you'll see I'm 6 feet. Because if they do and they want to take a photo, you're going to be proven wrong.
I just want to grab the receiver.
The receiver, dog. Y'all shouldn't have walked up in here with that bullshit.
Caught on tape stealing the receiver. Your receiver, dog, you shouldn't have showed up here without it. I believe this is proof that it's been stolen. And so if they want to press charges, they can just leave right now and say, here's the evidence. They robbed us. And so you shouldn't have walked up in here with that bullshit. So if somebody walks up to you with something that you don't like, you're allowed to steal it from them, not give it back. Hey, I'm going to take a photo of you. No, I don't like that. And they grab your phone. Oh, can I have my phone back? Nope. You think you just have the right to do that? This is ridiculous.
So it's all right to just take someone's camera equipment?
You're lucky that whole camera ain't gone, dog.
Then says, you're lucky I didn't steal everything, including the camera. Well, that's because he wouldn't let you steal it. And so when you attempt to rob someone of their object, something that they own, it's attempted robbery. Does that sound difficult to understand? You can't just walk up and start filming people. You don't have the right to do that. Well, when you literally invite them to do so, maybe they do. But even if they don't, doesn't mean you have the right to steal their property.
These red boots before you catch me walking around town with some damn Dora the Explorer 12s on my fucking big toes. All right? Absolutely diabolical.
Because I don't want to fight. Those are your guys, bro. You're a bro.
But you made a story.
He isn't on your dick. He's saying, hop off my dick. Wes Watson, he's not on your dick. And see, I do believe that's the problem. He wants him to hop on, hop off, get on it, get off. He gets off by doing so. This is Wes Watson's thing.
Talk about it, instant reaction.
We'd have 4 people, they for sure would have jumped you.
You don't even know. Dude almost broke my hand.
And so imagine if he had gone there alone, by himself. Well, we've already seen what happens when you approach Wes Watson on your own. You end up in the hospital. And although Wes Watson perhaps going to do multiple years in prison, do you really want to take that chance? And so here is my advice. Just because somebody invites you to do something and then you then show up, doesn't mean you're actually invited. Sometimes people lie. They tell you what you want to hear rather than what you need to hear. And so just because somebody says something, it doesn't actually mean it's the truth.
Wes needs to get a home gym or something, because if he's willing to start a riot and jeopardize his current case over somebody actually trying to get a wholesome scene for once.
And so just think of it. Despite being out on bail, he still doesn't have the wherewithal to understand that he probably shouldn't be fighting. He shouldn't be poking the bear. He shouldn't be provoking these people. He should be on his best behavior. Moral of the story, Wes Watson is 5'8". Damn, these alphas are more emotional than my wife on her period. You gave him an opportunity to come across as a little bit more humble and personable, but he absolutely fucking blew it big time. I don't even think Peggy Watson is 5'8". He's wearing his elevator sneakers to get to 5'8". And so perhaps that's why he didn't want to be measured. Imagine he approaches him. He has to then take off his shoes, get properly measured, and perhaps he's only 5'7". John Bravo himself writes, "Oh man, here we go. No genuinely confident person acts like Wes. Wes wearing his prostitute wife's high heels in this video. He's 5'7". He was wearing shoes at the police station. He's perpetually in roid rage. I just don't understand how grown men could get so offended about someone asking their height and weight. I wonder if they threatened the nurse at the doctor's office when they asked them to step on the scale." And so imagine Wes Watson at the doctor's office say, "Hey, we got to check out your height and weight, make sure that you're healthy." No, you can't do that. I won't let you. And if you do so, I'll fucking kill you. I'll murder you. I'll peg you. That's how I envision a doctor's visit with Wes Watson. Wes thought you were trying to steal his purse. Those guys definitely take showers together. It makes them feel at home. Now remember, if Wes Watson were not on performance-enhancing drugs, mainly steroids, and was on Turk Builder Max, GO2 Max instead, he perhaps wouldn't feel all that rage. He would feel perhaps more normal. He wouldn't feel that dominance hierarchy. When you're on performance-enhancing drugs, for example, if you're 10, perhaps 25 times normal levels of testosterone, you get angry. It's harder to control. Not everyone, especially if you have anger issues and so on, are equipped to deal with this. And so please be careful. Try to stay 100% natural. And if you're looking for Turk Builder Max, GO2 Max, the protein bars, don't forget code Greg, 15% off, and there's a money-back guarantee and a $20 gift card. Looking for coaching plans to get coached by Coach Greg and or myself and my team? Click the link in description. We have a brand new system, cheaper prices and so on. And so please act now. I've also partnered with Transcend. A doctor will go over your blood work, prescribe exactly what you need to ensure that you're healthy. Is it HRT? Is it peptides? The doctor will decide with you exactly what you need. Click the link in the description. Free diet and training program up to 50 pages in length. Of course, you get that free. Please subscribe to the channel. Go and check out my website. And until next time, I am out.